We have 2 sine squared b equals cos b plus 1. Any initial thoughts? the trig relationship's the same. Does that make sense? That's my initial thought. So we have a sine and a cos at the moment. So what could we do? So we want it to be all in sine or all in cos. B, what does that equal? Okay, so that's a really important thing to recognize. I want to get them all in terms of cos, so I've got to do that first. So let's sub that in. Yep. It wants us to solve. So how are we going to solve this? Bring it all to one side? Yeah. So in the past, when you do algebra, to solve, it becomes a quadratic. Yep. So we're going to bring this left side to the right side. Does that make sense? I'm going to simplify this. But I'm going to simplify it a bit more so we don't get too confused. I'm going to make cos b equal to a. So now it's just purely a quadratic. I don't have to worry about that cos stuff. And you remember how to solve quadratics? Whoops. So we're factorizing. So I know 2a is the first factor. Yeah? Alright, so now we can sub the cos b back in. So it's going to be either that or is either a half or cos b is -1. The sine and cos axis. Let's start with this one, okay? So cos b equals a half. Let's draw the special triangle. 1 square root 3, 2. Remember this? And this angle is 60 degrees or pi over 3. So 180 divided by 3 is 60. So we have b is equal to what? 60 or pi over 3. The domain is in radians, so let's keep it in radians. So we've got the first angle over all positive here and all positive here. So if we're going to go back, we're on the cos axis because we're doing cos. Cos is positive. We've gone back pi over 3, which is the same as going 2 pi minus pi over 3. Does that make sense? Which is the same as 6 over 3 minus 1 over 3, 5 pi over 3. So we've solved this one over the domain. What about the cos b to the -1? To get to -1 on the cos axis, we go 180. 5 pi over 3 or pi.